it's now time for us to begin our discussions from our Abuja end. Just before we went on that break, the discussions from our Abuja, from our Edu Benin studio, we are looking at the issue of local refineries following the directive of the Presidency yesterday, and that will be our center of discussion, focus here from our Abuja network studio. Now I have with me Bununu is an economist. Bununu, I beg your pardon. He is an economist and an analyst. A very good morning too.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin with what the President said yesterday, because so many persons have been asking questions. What happened to our refineries for years, and now we are having the government say we are going to be selling crude oil to local refineries, beginning with Dangote refineries. Now that we have just one, except there are other middle refineries that have started production. But from your own take, when the President made that statement yesterday, what was the implication? What do you think we stand to achieve?
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm an engineer by profession. I'm from the micro, small, and medium enterprises. I was the former vice president of Nigerian Association of Small and Medium Enterprises. I'm still a player in the micro, small, and medium enterprises. Now, coming back to your question, this action by the president, we all have seen the implication of the removal of fuel subsidy, the one which change the multiplier effect of fuel subsidy removal. From the government side, is because of the corruption entails and the huge money that is being paid on the fuel subsidy, government feel that this money could be used to be channeled towards other economic sectors. And that trial has not, everybody have seen the multiplier effect of Nigerians. All other cost of living, everything rises. So government has now taken a right decision by taking this position they have just taken now. Really, the decision of the government to sell crude oil in Naira to our local refineries, beginning with Engr refinery and other modular refineries, this is more than a step. This is the most important step, the right step to be taken, even than the removal of the subsidy they have done. Because by this, there will be stability on the fuel prices, and the burden of dollar requirement to import this thing has also been eliminated. So by achieving these two goals, definitely this will play impact on our.
All right. Before we elaborate on that very point you're trying to make now. Now, let's look at the issue of refineries. Good enough, we're talking about local refineries. And I know the government has its own refineries, 3 refineries, if I can remember. We have the Port Harcourt, Warri, and the one in Kaduna. About 11 trillion has been spent trying to get those refineries back to work. Just a few months ago, even the Senate were calling for the probe of the turnaround maintenance. The government, how much government has spent. Each year we keep hearing these refineries will come to life, beginning deadline, and that has not really worked. Now, why are we not looking at reviving those refineries so that we can add value to the ones we have? The Dangote and probably those modular refineries you were talking about.
Why I think most of the syndrome of malfunction of our existing refineries is a problem associated with public sector-run organization or public sector management of the economy. The theory has always been private sector-driven economy. So I think why those refineries have not been working is the same reason why our power system has not been working, why our so many billions have been spent on roads, so many billions have been spent in the power sector, the same thing with the refinery. It's all the syndrome of mismanagement or a government-driven economic management, which is not the best practice now rather than the best practice should be private sector driven economy. Now, the refinery will never work as far as they remain in government review, government management, that the government remain a public something. There may be a lot of problems, just like we have in our power sector, the refinery, the oil, the energy sector, is something. So now, it is the best option now is what the government has done. Now, by empowering a private refinery like Dangote refinery, giving it crude in Naira, but the government should now ensure compliances of certain regulations in order not to make the refinery, Dangote refinery, do whatever they want. You know, there is the rural government role is to put up a check on the private sector. So this government should not do the oversight function, both the legislature, the executive, and allow the refinery to go.
So what now happens to the nation's refineries? I know one of the members of the National Assembly has called for the sales of these refineries to private individuals to see how they can either revive it so they can use the money and invest in other sectors. Do you think that should be the best way out? Should we sell the refineries if governments cannot revive them?
Yeah, if there are one option, what I want to advise on the refinery is government should lease them out first. Since a lot of public fund has been invested in the refineries, so government should lease them out to private sector. But government should remove its hand completely from the realm of the refineries. We have seen now how many years Engr has put up a refinery. Look at how he was able to put it up. And there are also modular refineries. A few of them I know in some area, Imo. So there are modular refineries also that have been established. And the government has given licensing for modular refineries. So I'm supporting that government, even if it is not outright sale, it should lease out those refineries to the private sector to manage. We have also already seen a proof of concept. Now, a private sector person has developed a refinery, which means you can just lease them out for private sector to manage and give them a trial and for 5 years trial and see how they are going to manage.
But you are aware of the issues that played out a few days ago over the quality of diesel coming out from that very refinery, and some allegations from both the government and over cartel being interested in trying to run down the business. So do you think our local refineries have the capacity to feed Nigerians with the product if going ahead to get this local product?
What I'm very sure of is Nigeria has what it takes to ensure quality of products and services. The quality infrastructure for our goods and services, Nigeria has the capacity to install those capacities. But then, government, this is the role. 50% role is the government to ensure quality and standards of our products and services while overseeing those. We have the capacity. So I think the government arrived because they are the one to look at the standards of the quality of the material. And I think why the government now take the decision they took yesterday is because maybe things have been put in order. All the issue about quality and everything has been resolved. So that is why we have the capacity. Nigerians have the capacity. I'm an engineer by profession. I know we have the capacity to ensure quality and standard of any product, not only refined oil, all other products. To take quality, all our consumers will have that capacity to ensure quality and standards. But working with government, if government will play their role also critically.
So do you see any possibility of having maybe a crash in the prices of petroleum products if this new...
Definitely, why not? If billions of dollars that is being allocated for importation of refined products are no longer needed. And this thing, the cost of production, they are being sold in Naira to the crude oil is being sold in Naira to the refinery. Definitely, there will be crash in the price of petroleum products, and it will impact on all other value chain of the economic sector, trade, industry, everything will be. It will be the first solution to our industrial revolution by taking the value chain of the energy. Then what we need the government to do now to consolidate value is also to develop other value chain of the energy transition and make sure that this energy is affordable to our micro, small, and medium enterprises. So there definitely is going to be a crash, an effect. There will be magic will be happening on this.
So how do we now generate foreign exchange for us to take care of our foreign debt? If now we now concentrate on ensuring that we have local refineries, refined fuel, crude are sold to them in Naira, and they now sell that to the public. So how do we begin to balance between the foreign exchange and getting our foreign reserve?
Yeah, that is very good. This is a very good question. Through our industrial revolution, by developing our agricultural commodities and other solid mineral commodities, we can comfortably get more than what we have been earning from the crude oil. There are a lot of opportunities in the global value chains. If we know the global manufacturing value chains, there are a lot of agricultural raw materials with the whole world are looking at. Even we can supply the whole world an African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. When we develop our agricultural value chain, build our competitiveness in raw materials development, we are going to export a lot of value-added raw material to the industrial sector and to the manufacturing sector. In fact, that is even the best way to go. Let us be linked up properly to the global value chains, the global manufacturing and industrial value chain. For example, the automobile industry. In 2019, when we went to Japan Africa conference, I was on the delegation of the former president. We were having a public-private dialogue. On a sideline discussion with some India-Japan Corporation and Turkey-Japan Corporation, we learned that 40% of companies in the Japanese automobile industry have already subletted from manufacturing to Philippines. So if we go into this global value chain, we are going to earn a lot of foreign exchange. Let's integrate. The option is, we have more option even to get more than what we are getting from crude oil. Let's just be linked up to the global value chain, industrial and manufacturing value chain. We are going to earn more than that. Even in mineral commodities, for example. Take, for example, lithium. All the electric battery products that we can manufacture electric vehicles. When we develop those raw materials, we are going to earn more. In fact, we are not even earning anything from crude oil because we are just selling just crude commodity. Just like it has also been a theory that any country that just export raw commodity, it will not even develop itself. So it is a good thing. Let's stop relying on these crude sources of, let's develop our own manufacturing sector, develop our local competitiveness in raw materials production, and we can supply a lot of, we are vastly endowed with a lot of natural resources to be able to do that.
I know that there's other issues of crude oil diversion on the sea and all that. Now, if we're going to be looking at how to tackle crude oil theft in this very new process of selling to local refineries, do you think we'll be able to reduce the level of crude oil theft in Nigeria? Because the oil, not much of it will be going outside the country. How do we begin to balance that will ensure that this crude oil gets to the right people? Because so many persons now will come up and tell you that I have a refinery, I have a modular refinery, and then we start seeing people smuggling this crude oil, and we go back to where we were before.
No. This is all, we are talking about corruption. We are talking about corruption. Nigeria has a lot of anti-corruption agencies and security agencies to tackle this. So, and corruption is everywhere. Everybody, depending on the degree of corruption, everywhere is a corruption issue. Now, our anti-corruption agencies, our security agencies are there to work. That is why it is a holistic approach in the economic management and economic development. All the agencies, all the other value chain have to work. The anti-corruption agencies will do their work, the security agencies will do their work, and the industry will do its own work. So it is about enforcing the anti-corruption agencies and the security agencies to work. I'm sure Nigeria has a lot of a very robust anti-corruption and security agencies to handle all those things to address that.
You talk about a crash in the price of fuel products that will be gotten from the refineries when they come on board, or those who are already on board if they start production. I believe that to crash down the price of petrol that is sold almost at 900 in different states. But looking at revenue generation, you brought out some other area where we can actually generate revenue. At what point do you think government should begin to diversify? Because for a very long time we've been hearing policies of trying to, just like the ones you mentioned, agriculture, and then is it that we don't have the political will to move these things, or we always feel that we have this crude oil, we are blessed with the crude oil, we keep making money for it? Because don't forget that there are some part of the world now that they are looking beyond petrol. Renewable energy is there. So why is it taking us this long for us to begin to diversify from oil and look at other sectors of the economy?
About 2 weeks ago, I was interviewed by this television about the ambition of the present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of about $2 trillion economy by 2030. And it is the answers I gave to those questions that I will give you here. The diversification of the economy is very, very possible. But we need a political will for the government to work on how to integrate our micro, small, and medium enterprises into international trade, global manufacturing, and international trade value chains. So the diversification is, we have millions of our MSMEs. Now, integrating them into the global value chain, encourage them to have quality infrastructure, energy, to be able to produce. There are a lot of demand for our goods and services, even within the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. It is going to be the largest free trade zone in the world, Free Trade Area Agreement, Africa AFCFTA. And Nigeria has an ambition, has the capacity to be responsible for over 10% of all African exports. It's a very good market. We have tested it. We have seen the demand for all these things. So the diversification should have, all policies have been put in place. But the good news is that government should do one thing: work with the organized private sector, integrate our informal sector into the global value chain. For example, we can aggregate our informal sector in the cassava value chain, sesame seed value chain. We have interacted through so many platforms with a lot of countries. For example, Japan. I was privileged to be in a dialogue with the Japanese, the international what they call JICA. They want our sesame seed, which is a multi-billion-dollar market. So if government now organize our informal sector along the value chain of sesame seed, cassava production, processing, marketing, in some way, that was how, for example, in northern Nigeria, that was how cocoa, cotton, groundnuts, we are sustaining our economy then, because it was a very good robust policy and action plan that government has taken. We can diversify our economy.
We just hope that, just like you said, if we have the political will, we'll be able to diversify our economy. I must thank you so much for being on the program. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
I'll take a quick break. When we return, the program This Man and Night TV continues.